welcome. It's your girl Lerato, and today we are talking about some of the things that I believe is very important, and I think we all need encouragement in this area of our life, or rather these areas, because I'm gonna be talking about overcoming business and career challenges and failures. It's not always going to be a win-win-win situation. Kudos to you if you have only been experiencing the wins and not the falls and all the negative part of this career and business journey. But I, for one, have faced both the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. Okay, and so I feel that we all need that motivation every now and then. And so I am here as that sister in the Lord to come and encourage you and, hype you up and give you some piece of advice, in as much as I also will be advising myself. And I think we need to start by understanding that challenges and failures are part of both the business and the career journeys. This is something that we cannot wish away. We cannot expect things to go well all the time, or else we will not grow and we will not learn. And growing is part of what God wants for us. God wants us to grow. God wants us to bear fruit. And for us to bear fruit, He's going to prune us. He's going to let us go through some pruning seasons, because for God's glory to be seen, we ought to grow. For God's glory to be seen in our workspaces, in our businesses, we've got to grow. So the question is, how do you then respond to these challenges and define your success? So in today's episode, I want us to cover the common challenges that we face in our workspaces and our businesses, turning those failures into lessons and some strategies of overcoming those obstacles. When it comes to business, some of the common challenges that business owners may face is cash flow issues, difficulty managing the finances and financial constraints. I had so many projects that I wanted to do, and sometimes it would be so frustrating to have to feel that I was limited by the budget that I had, and market competition. The other issue is customer retention. Every business wants to retain their own customers. You don't just want to always have new people to serve. As much as we welcome new people, you want to also have those people that those are your tribes, those are people that are loyal to your brand, and these are the people that you can resell to over and over, because that's what brings stability in the business. And this in the workspace can be professional networks. Feeling that you do not have enough people within your network that you can connect with in order to grow in your career. Let's face it, some of the career struggles that we have faced could have been simplified by just having someone within your network that you could connect with, especially in this world whereby whenever you want to apply for anything, you must have a reference from someone, you must have positive review from someone as an employee and as a colleague. It's very important that you have those people within your circle. Oh, and the other issue, burnout. Oh my goodness. How many times have I faced this in my work environment and in business as well? Feeling burnt out. That can really take away all the creativity, the energy for you to come up with new ideas. So experiencing physical and emotional exhaustion due to work and business demands can really be challenging and discouraging at times, and can be what initiates the process towards failure. And some of the frustrations we face is feeling like you are underqualified and that you need to upskill yourself. And as we grow and responsibilities increase, we end up not having the time to simply invest in our career growth and acquiring those skills. So I know that can be very frustrating. And for me right now, studying as a mom, it's really giving me a major challenge every day of my life. And it's like I'm pushing through a difficult rock in front of me. I'm pushing through a mountain in front of me. But then at the end of the day, this mountain must fall. There are so many challenges, and the list can go on and on and on. So I want us to talk about how do we turn these failures into lessons, because we don't have to just wallow in listing out all these negatives and, oh my god, life is hard, I cannot grow in business, I cannot go into business, I cannot grow in my career, I cannot grow as a mom in this field, and so on, and all the yada yadas. How do we then turn this into lessons? Because I believe that every situation we find ourselves in, no matter how difficult it is, can really give us valuable lessons that we can learn from, and help us to move towards growing in our lives and achieving those goals that we want to achieve. Firstly, we need mindset shift. That means viewing those failures as learning opportunities instead of setbacks. And when we do that, we will also develop the ability to bounce back whenever we face any setback in our lives. One other thing is that it's very important to learn from our mistakes. You cannot be repeating the same mistake over and over and over. For me to get where I am today in terms of my career as a teacher, and also towards what I'm starting to become and what I'm starting in my life, I had to sit down at some point and stop blaming who couldn't support me, who did what, and what happened in my life, but start looking into what mistakes did I make as an individual, and how can I learn from them so that I do not repeat those mistakes. So we need that time of reflection. Somebody once said that you cannot keep blaming your parents for the rest of your life. You are now the adults. You need to now start thinking about, how can I then live a better life moving forward? Yes, they couldn't give me what I believe they could have given me. Yes, I deserve that. But then sitting down here blaming people, blaming situations, it will not work. It will not help you get to where you want to be. But sitting down and doing some self-reflection will help you to then learn from whatever situation you came out of, and it will help you now know what to avoid moving forward. And with that, we need to understand that we should be willing to accept criticism at time. I remember I worked in 2018 for the first time, and then that is the same year I got married, I got pregnant and all that. And then so in 2019 I decided to be at home, and now that was extended by the following year when we had the pandemic and I couldn't now go and continue working. And so that meant that I had a 2-year career gap on my CV. And I remember applying, and other people were telling me, we regret to inform you, and some wouldn't respond, and so on and so on. But then one particular recruiter responded back to me, and the response was written in a way that it sounded rude, but at the same time I focused more on what is it that this person is actually communicating. And that was like, I felt like, okay, initially I felt like, okay, you could have just told me that you're not gonna, be going further with my application, instead of discouraging me and making me feel like I'm not good enough. But then it's very important that we move past this thing of who couldn't do this, who said that, and who believes in me and who doesn't, but rather look more into, how can I then learn from this? What lesson is there for me to learn from? And in fact, that response that I received helped me to also now be more invested in the next opportunity that I got, because I understood how important it was for me to build up my career. And one of the most important thing is that we should always be seeking to improve ourselves. So continuous improvement in your business. Don't get comfortable with feeling like you know and understand the systems of your business and you are enough with all that knowledge. There's always opportunities for you to grow and learn. Even in your career, there's always opportunities to grow and learn, so some jobs, they do professional development and some don't. And still, where I work, we have continuous professional development, but I'm always seeking out opportunities within the cities closer to me where I can go and learn about different curriculums and different leadership strategies and all that, because I do want to grow, And so continuous improvement is always important. So use every failure as a stepping stone for personal and professional development. And one of the most important things to overcoming these failures and challenges is having mentors in your life. Have people that you look up to and people that you know they are your go-to people whenever you need advice on something within your field. And the number one mentor that you will have is your line manager. Some of us, I understand, we have challenges with our relationship with our line managers, but you know what, for some of us, we do have good line managers that you can sit down with, and during those sessions where your line manager is giving you feedback on something, it's the right time for you then to seek out advice, to seek out areas in which they believe you can grow in. And I've noticed that when you approach this relationship, especially with your line manager in the work environment, if you approach this relationship from a point of learning, willingness to learn and willingness to improve, instead of looking into who doesn't like me, or you don't like me, you support this one more, and so on. In fact, it's what also end up turning that relationship into a positive one. I know certain things cannot be helped, but always approach your line manager. Do not just wait for a time when your line manager is calling you. Also go into the office and say, you know what, I've been facing a challenge like this, or I just wanted you to give me some feedback so far on how you think I am doing, and is there anything you think I can improve in, and so on. And so when you are willing to be mentored, you will grow. And if you cannot find that within your workspace, there are different programs out there, there are different people out there, and within your circle as well, your circle of friends, you don't need to be in the same field to get the encouragement. So find somebody, your go-to person that can mentor you and and encourage you, and set goals for yourself. So going and letting somebody criticize you, offer you positive criticism, will help you then know and understand what goals you need to set, and you will be able to grow now with that. You'll be able to set realistic goals for yourself and things that that they will help you grow in this important area of your life, be it in business or in your career. And above all, you need to make sure that you maintain a healthy balance, okay, between your work or between your business and your life. So maintain having a healthy work-life balance. So with that, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you found anything encouraging, please share this video with someone to inspire another person. And let's continue the conversation in the comment section below. I will see you on the next one. Bye.